So you're saying in terms of creating that support network, people
Absolutely.
are less likely to relapse either upon release or even to practice unsafe behaviors while incarcerated?
That's right, yeah. And another thing that we do, because we wanted to be a positive voice for them, so we created some entrepreneur content called Entrepreneur Boot Camp that we share with every inmate that's a part of the program.
Ish, what's your take on all that?
You know, I hear what you're saying, Cash, and you seem like a very nice guy, and I like your find, but I hate this idea, and let me tell you why. Because I see the fallout when this thing goes bad, right? We pick the person we feel like we deserve. And if you feel like all you deserve is someone in prison, then that tells me a lot about you. And so this is meeting needs for women from a different level, right? It makes you feel, this is the ultimate bad boy fantasy come to life. Right? You all heard the sayings, nice guys finish last, nice guys don't get laid. They're also very nice and reliable, and we know where they are, and they're also boring. But the bad guys are there, but we call them bad guys for a reason, because they're bad, right? And so my thing is, what's the need you're meeting here, right? This is the ultimate in a codependent relationship. He's in jail, you're his lifeline to the world. He needs his money for the commissary. You need that certainty and that security of knowing where your guy is. And so with somebody in jail, we know where he is. 8 o'clock in the morning, he's in his cell. 3 o'clock, he's in the commissary. 5 o'clock, he's in the exercise yard. 8 o'clock, he's back in his cell. 10 o'clock, lights out.
I can see the girls, the ladies are good.
But
Shaking their heads.
some of these inmates actually have multiple women coming to visit them and putting money on their books. So
An inmate not being honest? I'm shocked. Right?
I mean, what would you expect? Exactly?
Well, because a lot of these guys have very antisocial personality traits, right? They come up with this false arrogance, which we think is very confident, right? They're very manipulative, which we see as charming, and they're very prone to lying, and they're highly emotionally unstable. In the words of Master Yoda, they are reckless, and this is not a good plan.
They work those bad boy images, don't they?
Yes.
you know what they are, but you don't know what they're doing.
You don't know what they're doing. Yo.
I think, though, I'm just curious as to how you see this play out. Like, obviously, someone incarcerated is sort of the extreme of someone who's unavailable. But how do you see this play out even in women who tend to gravitate towards that bad boy or guys who aren't emotionally available?
Sure.
I'm just curious as to how this is more generalizable.
Well, there's a study that says the harder a woman has to work to make a guy smile, the more happy she is when he finally does. It's the ultimate Billy Jack syndrome, right? He's brooding, and the significance, and this goes back to Amanda, she feels significant because out of all the people who tried and failed, I was the one who was special enough to get the job done. And I was the one who he picked. So that makes me special out of everybody else. And that's a big part of it.
Well, that explains a lot right there. Well, listen, thank you very much, Deanna and Amanda and Cash. Very interesting. You know, for some people, I think it sort of works.
For some people it works, but we've got to understand that is the exception, that is not the rule. The rule is this goes very wrong, very fast, and you know that as soon as he comes home.